After getting the results of contribution, you can take that amount and calculate PV ratio. Break-even point is equals to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. In the first problem, we calculate required sales to earn profit of rupees 12,000, right? So in the same way, we can calculate in rupees as well as in amount. Hello everyone, I am Meghna from the Department of Commerce, lecturing in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. We are in the session 3 of Unit 3, subject Accounting. In the last session, we have discussed about marginal costing and the formulas under marginal costing. In today's session, let us begin with the problems on marginal costing. First problem, the following details are related to product of a company. Selling price per unit 30, variable cost per unit 20, fixed overhead 1,80,000. From this given information, you need to calculate BEP in amount as well as in units. Next, sales to earn profit of rupees 60,000. That means to earn the desired profit of rupees 60,000, you need to calculate the sales. Next, profit or loss of the sale are 15,000 units. That means the sales unit is 15,000. If the manufacturer or the company sells 15,000 units, whether they earn profit or loss, you need to calculate for 15,000 units. So before start with the solution, first you need to remember the formulas. For this, break-even point is equals to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Fixed cost divided by PV ratio is to calculate BEP in amount. If we are calculating BEP in unit means fixed cost divided by contribution. Here we don't have PV ratio as well as contribution. So first we need to calculate PV ratio and contribution from this information. So in the last class we have discussed about the formulas. Under that first one, PV ratio. To calculate PV ratio, it requires contribution and selling price. Here we have selling price but we don't have contribution. So first calculate contribution. Contribution is equals to selling price minus variable cost. So to calculate the BEP ratio, first you need to calculate the contribution and PV ratio. Let us start with the solution. First calculate contribution. We know the formula for contribution. Contribution is equals to selling price minus variable cost. So here selling price per unit is 30. Then variable cost per unit is 20. So directly we can write selling price 30 minus variable cost 20. So contribution is 10. Next, calculate PV ratio. PV ratio is equals to contribution divided by selling price into 100. So contribution is 10. Then selling price. Here we have selling price is 30 into 100. 33.33%. 33.33% is PV ratio. Now from this information, first calculate BEP in amount. BEP in amount. Under that first one, BEP, break-even point in amount, that is rupees, is equals to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. So fixed cost is Here, fixed cost is 1,80,000. So, right? 1,80,000 divided by PV ratio. PV ratio is 33.33%. It is converted into 0.33. 1,80,000 divided by 0.33. 5,45,455. BEP in amount. Now, BEP in amount is over. Next, BEP in unit. BEP in unit is equals to fixed cost divided by contribution. Here, fixed cost is 1,80,000. Next, contribution is 10 lakh. 1,80,000 divided by 10. So, 18,000. BEP in units. So, here first calculation is over. Next, sales to earn a profit of rupees 60,000. That means the desired profit is 60,000. Now, we need to calculate the sales. So, second one, sales to earn desired profit. For this formula, fixed cost plus desired profit divided by, here if we are calculating sales in rupees means write down PV ratio. Formula is PV ratio. So, sales to earn desired profit. If we are calculating sales in rupees means use PV ratio. If the sales is calculated in units, number of units means here instead of PV ratio write contribution. So, write PV ratio, sales in amount. So, fixed cost 1,80,000 plus desired profit. Here, desired profit is 60,000. Right? 60,000 PV divided by PV ratio. Here, PV ratio is 33.33%. 0.33. 1,80,000 plus 60,000. 2,40,000 divided by 0.33. Answer 7,27,273. So 7,27,273 is rupees. Sales to earn design profit in rupees. Next, for this we can calculate in number of units. So instead of PV ratio, write contribution. So here sales, within bracket write units to earn desired profit is equals to fixed cost plus desired profit divided by contribution. Here fixed cost is 1,80,000 plus desired profit 60,000 and contribution. Contribution is 10. So write 10, that is 2,40,000 divided by 10, that is 24,000 units. The manufacturer has to sell 24,000 units in order to earn the desired profit of rupees 60,000. So, sales in rupees, sales in amount to earn a desired profit. So, here sales to earn profit is over. Next, profit or loss of sale or 15,000 units. Here, they have given the selling price and variable cost for the unit. Per unit, selling price per unit is 30 rupees and variable cost per unit is 20 rupees. Now, we need to calculate for 15,000 units. So, just calculate selling price and variable cost for 15,000 unit. After that, we can calculate the profit or loss for the 15,000 units. First, we need to calculate total sales. Third one, profit or loss for sale of 15,000 unit. Profit or loss for sale of 15,000 unit. Formula is profit or loss is equals to total sales. From the total sales, deduct fixed cost minus variable cost. Total fixed cost and total variable cost. We know the fixed cost, but variable cost per unit we know. So, calculate total variable cost and total sales. Total sales also, they are given only the selling price per unit. So, calculate total sales first. Total sales is equals to number of unit. Number of unit is 15,000 unit. Selling price per unit is 30 rupees. So, write 30. Total sales is 4,50,000. Next, total variable cost. Total variable cost is equals to total number of unit, that is 15,000 into variable cost per unit. Here variable cost per unit is 20 rupees. So, write 20. Total variable cost is 3 lakh. Now, we know the fixed cost. Fixed cost is fixed for all the number of units. So, write profit or loss is equals to total sales. Total sales 4,50,000 minus fixed cost. Fixed cost is 1,80,000. So, write 1,80,000 minus variable cost. Total variable cost 3 lakh. 4,50,000 minus 1,80,000 plus 3 lakh. 4,80,000. 4,50,000 minus 4,80,000 minus 30,000. That means loss. From the sale of 15,000 units, the manufacturer suffer a loss of rupees 30,000. So, this is the solution. First, BEP in units, BEP in rupees amount. Next, BEP in units. Then sales to earn a desired profit in rupees. Sales to earn desired profit in number of units. Next, profit or loss for the sale of 15,000. So, here loss of rupees 30,000. So, this is all about first problem. Next, second problem. Sales 1 lakh, total cost 80,000, fixed cost 20,000 and net profit 80,000. Here they have not given variable cost. You need to calculate PV ratio, BEP and margin of safety. So here first you need to calculate the variable cost, then start solving the ratio, PV ratio, then BEP and margin of safety. Before calculating this three, first you need to calculate contribution, then PV ratio, because contribution and PV ratio is required to calculate BEP and margin of safety. So here we need to calculate PV ratio, but you need to calculate contribution. So first calculate variable cost and contribution. So here variable cost, we have total cost, but we need to calculate variable cost, but we have fixed cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost is equals to total cost. Now we want variable cost. So variable cost is equals to total cost minus fixed cost. Total cost is 80,000. 80,000 minus fixed cost is 20,000. Now variable cost is 80,000 minus 20,000, that is 60,000. 60,000 is variable cost. So now we know the variable cost, fixed cost, total cost, sales and net profit. Now start calculating contribution first. First calculate contribution. Contribution is equals to sales minus variable cost. Sales minus variable cost. Here sales is rupees 1 lakh. So write 1 lakh. Next variable cost. Here we calculate variable cost. Variable cost is 60,000. So write 60,000. 1 lakh minus 60,000. 40,000 is contribution. 40,000 is contribution. Next, calculate PV ratio. First one, PV ratio. PV ratio is equals to contribution divided by sales into 100. Here contribution is 40,000. Sales 1 lakh into 100. So 40,000 divided by 1 lakh into 100. PV ratio is 40%. PV ratio is 40%. PV ratio is over. Next, BEP. BEP, we can calculate BEP in rupees as well as BEP in amount. First, calculate BEP in rupees. BEP in rupees. Formula, fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Fixed cost divided by PV ratio is equals to BEP in rupees. So fixed cost is, here fixed cost is 20,000. So write 20,000 divided by PV ratio 40%. 40% means 0.4. 20,000 divided by 0.4, that is 50,000. 50,000 rupees. BEP in rupees. Next, calculate BEP in units. BEP in unit. BEP in unit is equals to fixed cost divided by contribution. Fixed cost is 20,000. Fixed cost is 20,000. Contribution is 40,000. So BEP in unit is 0.5 unit. Right? BEP in units. So BEP is over. Next, margin of safety. Third one, margin of safety is equals to sales minus BEP. BEP, that is BEP in rupees. Here, sales is 1 lakh. Sales are given in rupees. So, here BEP is also considered BEP in rupees. Sales is 1 lakh, right? 1 lakh minus BEP. BEP in rupees is 50,000. So, right? 50,000. Margin of safety is 1 lakh minus 50,000. That is 50,000. 50,000 is margin of safety. So, margin of safety is over. So, this is all about second problem. This is the solution. First, we need to calculate contribution and PV ratio. For the further calculation, contribution and PV ratio is required. So, if they are not given to calculate the PV ratio and contribution, you need to calculate contribution and PV ratio. So, here they ask you to calculate PV ratio. So, we calculate PV ratio, then BEP in rupees, BEP in units, then margin of safety. The next problem, look at the third problem. Selling price 20 per unit, variable cost 12 per unit, fixed cost 36,000. From this information, you need to calculate PV ratio, BEP, then required sales to earn profit of rupees 12,000. That is, desired profit is 12,000. From this information, you need to calculate PV ratio. You know the formula of PV ratio. PV ratio is equals to contribution divided by sales. Contribution divided by sales into 100. So, contribution. First, you need to calculate contribution. Next, after getting the results of contribution, you can take that amount and calculate PV ratio. Then BEP, break-even point in unit as well as in amount. So, BEP in rupees is equals to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Fixed cost divided by PV ratio is equals to BEP in rupees. BEP in amount is equals to fixed cost divided by contribution. So, then required sales to earn profit of rupees 12,000. For this also, you can calculate sales in rupees as well as sales in amount. In the first problem, we calculate required sales to earn profit of rupees 12,000, right? So, in the same way, we can calculate in rupees as well as in amount. First step for this problem, step 1, calculate contribution. Calculate contribution. Contribution is equals to selling price minus variable cost. Next, step 2, calculate PV ratio. PV ratio is equals to contribution divided by sales into 100. Next, step 3, You need to calculate BP. So calculate BP. For BEP in rupees is equals to fixed cost divided by PV ratio. Again, BEP in unit. BEP in unit is equals to fixed cost divided by contribution. Fixed cost divided by contribution. Next, step 4, calculate sales to earn desired profit. For this, you can calculate sales in rupees. In rupees is equals to fixed cost plus desired profit divided by PV ratio. In unit is equals to fixed cost plus desired profit divided by contribution. So, have written all the formulas from step by step. So, this problem is homework for you. So, I will give you the answers also. Just you can calculate and check out the answers. So, for the step 1, for contribution, answer is 8. Then step 2, PV ratio in rupees, that is rupees 90,000. For unit 4,500 units. Next, sales to earn desired profit in rupees, the amount is 1,20,000. In units, that is 6,000. So, answer. I have given you the answer as well as the steps to calculate. So, solve this problem. This problem is homework for you. This is the step as well as answers. Just you can make a note of this step and answers. Let us meet in the next session. Until then, keep watching. Thank you.